Yeah, hi, this is Kevin Gormley, and this video is not about financial planning or investing. It is about a book I just read called Happy Money, which is about spending money. And so this discusses how we can be happier. And can money buy us happiness? Yes, it can, but we need to really think about how we spend our money. As a financial planner, it's important because consumerism and spending money is such an issue, and if you could stop spending so much money, maybe you could save and invest more. But here's the things that can actually buy you happiness, and they go through some of the things that will actually not buy you happiness. So they talk about homes in the books, in the book rather, and the fact that a home actually is something, a physical surrounding that we get used to, and humans are very adaptable creatures. We can adapt to things that are terrific and we can adapt to things that are terrible. And because of this adaptation of human beings, a home actually, if we buy a new house, it will bring us happiness that we have a new house, but after a period of time, we'll only be happy that we have a new house. It will not change our overall well-being or happiness. And so Hattie and I have lived in a number of houses. Some we like better than others. And we have found this to be the case, that a new home doesn't necessarily long-term make you happier. They found that people that lived in really nice neighborhoods were no happier than people that lived in middle-class neighborhoods. So again, you can take this for what it's worth. But and the other thing they mention is that homes, usually we take the most debt out of homes, and debt really does make us unhappy. So if the actual good doesn't make you happy and you have to borrow to get it, then you can see why it would make you unhappy. So cars is the next thing, and I'm not really a car person, but they once again show that we get used to whatever we have. When we get a new car, we're extremely excited. But as time goes on, if we're stuck in traffic, we're stuck in traffic with a really nice car. And again, we may like our car more than others, but if we wish to get a new car, for a while we'll be excited. We have a new vehicle. It's brand new. It smells new. But over periods of time, will this car make you, less happy than the last car? Maybe. But anyway, this is still a vehicle that can get you from point A to point B. Now, you may be embarrassed driving this type of vehicle. This vehicle is really interesting to me because it goes along with spending money on others. So the next one is about buying vacations and experiences. So spend money on where you spend time together. And what they found is that when people spent money on items that they could have a memory of, it brought them closer together and they were happier. And this is not just vacations. They give an example when they were medical students and they went away for a trip and they spent time in a very poor surroundings with very poor accommodations, but they all remembered how much fun they had together, although the accommodations were not good. So this is a great experience that one may remember if they take a helicopter to the top of a mountain and then ski down, which I wouldn't do. That'd be crazy. But so buying experiences, because experiences will stay with us. And one of the things that we do every year, my family, is we get together. And when we can, anyone that can get together within my first family, brothers and sister, as well as my parents, and this puts something in our mind that we can talk about every year, the fun that we had, and we can look forward to it the following year. And so I have a 46-inch TV set, and they talk about goods in the house. And the 46-inch TV set is just a TV to me. And what they state is that if you have a bigger TV, eventually it could be 75 inches or maybe now 80 inches, I don't know, but eventually it will just become the TV. And once again, because of our adaptation, our adaptive nature, we'll get used to whatever it is. So again, buying experiences are much better than buying goods or clothing or items like that. Spending money on others. And we all know that this makes us happy when we spend money on others, when we buy gifts for people. we get as much joy or more joy out of giving a gift than the gift receiver gets, and donating our money. So now this guy, I was looking at different photos to put in the video, and I just had to put him in. I mean, I don't know if I'd give him money. I sure wouldn't invest money with this guy, but anyway, he has all these forks stuck to him. He has bricks on top of what's that thing called again? It's called an iron. Yeah, I do use those once in a while. But anyway, I don't know if you'd spend money on him or not. But again, this is an experience. That's the reason why I showed it to you. The next thing is spend money on things that give you time. Time is something that is finite. And if you have someone that cuts your yard, if you hate that, or if you have someone that cleans your house, if you hate that, if you spend money on items that you really dislike, so you have more time for the things that you do like, much better chance of enjoying yourself. So I think this is again something that we know, but we just don't always do. This is a treat, and what they say in the book is that, and again we know this, our adaptation. If we live in this room every day, it's not as exciting as going on vacation and having this type of bedroom. One of the authors talks about that she had a cafe macchiato when she was younger, and it used to be such a joy to her, and she had it year after year, and it became kind of like she would slurp it down without even noticing. So what she does now is she buys regular coffee and then once in a while has something special like this. And making it a treat, it really does work with us. With chocolate, with any items, making it a treat makes us enjoy it more. Again, we probably know that. But pay now and consume later. It's a big part of the book. And the example that they give is that a family that pays for a vacation, all one price, and then goes on vacation and doesn't have to pay another item, feels like they're getting free food and free accommodations, although they've paid for it all. And the opposite of paying now and consuming later is enjoying now. This is a picture of an iPhone, but still there's credit cards here. We enjoy now and then we have to pay for it later, and that's even more distressing because then we have to see it on a bill and we're reminded that we had a good time, but we have to pay for it. So this is trying to look at something in the future to look forward to. They mention that when you do pay now for concert tickets and you know a month from now that you're going to go to that concert, the vision of anticipation is so great that we get to enjoy it for a month's worth. And they even say with Amazon, when you buy a book, and I notice this, when I buy a book and then the book comes, it's actually like you got a present. So buy now and consume later is a very important part of happy money. So let me give you the 5 things they talk about in the book. And again, this is their information, and if you wanted to get a copy of the book, that would be terrific. But there's 5 principles. Buy experiences. Don't buy goods that we get used to. It's like a child who gets a new Lego set and a week later he wants another, or she wants another new Lego set because it's just no longer new. Make it a treat. Buy time if you can. Pay now, consume later, and invest in others. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you'll spend your money to be more happy, so you'll also save and invest more.